Hello everyone, welcome back. I am Audrey and today it is a very rainy Monday here. I think we haven't caught a break lately. We have rain almost every day and pretty heavy. So yeah, I'm just hoping for a little bit of sun these days. So I thought I would do a video that makes me very happy, which is my Japan trip flip through. I wanted to film and do journals with me about the trip with you guys, but somehow I just like to journal by myself. I find it a tiny bit stressful when I do it on camera. I don't know, I think it's I'm still trying to get more confident when I'm filming and journaling at the same time, but also I'm kind of very aware of the camera when I do it. So anyway, I did take my time. I actually was very sick a few weeks ago, and one day I couldn't go to work. I called in sick, and it was the first time I did it since I joined this company. And I just sat down in the afternoon when I was feeling a little bit better, and just journal for I think it was like around 4 hours while watching some movies. So it was a great time, to be honest. But anyway, my journal lives in the Love and Trip Red edition right now, because I am using the Traveler's Factory for my commonplace and other things that I'm trying. And this one, because I got this one first, I want to use it a little bit more, and then I will just switch back and forth, I guess. I have the Fly to the Wall from Japan charm and one of these safety pins. This one I got from the Time store, but I do believe you can get it. I don't know if it's a Superior Labor or even from Travelers. I'm not sure, but I think there's a few other stores that do sell these kind of safety pins. So in this video, I want to show you the journal and also what I learned about myself while journaling on a trip. I think I know now better how do I want to approach journaling or travel journaling. So I do have one of the zip inserts here because I really like this type of inserts to collect ephemera during my trips. I always have a dashboard. So this one is the paper that came with the notebook, the Love and Trip. I have one of Erin-Ware's printables, which is this beautiful passport size notebook. And this is a Polaroid picture of my partner and I. Then here on this little flap, I have the Hobonichi Wix, or I don't know how to call this, like the little notebooks that are just a companion to the Hobonichi Wix. And this is where I learned that I like to journal while traveling, but I will talk a little bit more about it afterwards. So I have that there. Then I had a craft folder. Again, for the same reason, it's very good to have any ephemera that you collect, especially if it's something like maps or anything like that may not fit here in the zip pocket. So I usually like to carry these craft folders with me, and I really like to decorate them with special stickers, because even though they get a little bit damaged over time, I don't usually throw them away. I will use them for my archival travelers. So I usually have one travelers that I keep set up as my sticker archived, and that's where I put all my stickers and ephemera that I use for my other journals. So the older ones, the ones that I get a little bit more damage, I just put there and use them as, places to keep stickers. For this trip, I decided to use the Traveler's Notebook Refill postcard. So basically this insert is just to make postcards, so you can decorate the postcard, the place where you did it, the date, and to whom you want to give it to, and then you just can rip it and give it to someone. but I decided to use this one because my trip was not long. It was around 5 days, so I knew that a whole insert was a bit too much. And I love these ones because first of all, they have like my favorite things in Tokyo, which I haven't yet filled, but my favorite things in Tokyo, and also some stamps here at the back, a place for stamping. So I thought that was just perfect for the trip. I did went to all the travelers factories, so I do have the visit pass, and I put one of these pockets here. And now, right now, I have a perfume sample from the airport, and it really does give a beautiful smell to my notebook. And I will put a Polaroid here when I can find my Polaroid printer, because I have no idea where it went. But yeah, so the first page is my just entry. I have one postcard here, but I ripped it because I wanted to try to decorate it and see if I liked it. But yeah, so it was our flight from Seoul to Tokyo, and it was the first time that we ever went to Japan for my partner and I. So we went with Jinhao, which is a Korean company, I believe. And we had so much leg room, and so we paid a little bit more for the tickets, and we upgraded to, it's not business class, but because the trip is very, very short, it's around 2 hours. So we had like more space, and there was no one next to us. So yeah, it would have been perfect if it was a longer trip. So I just took a picture of both of us could stretch our legs. And this is, I think, when we got our, how do you call it, your subway cards. Then when we arrived, our hotel was next to the Tokyo station, so we had some coffee from Good Coffee Farms Cafe. I noticed that coffee in Japan is very not acidic, and it's very light, quite different from the coffee around here. So it was lovely, but I think I'm used to now a bit of a heavier taste. But anyway, it was pretty good. And I have no idea, like some of those tickets I have no idea what they are, but I just like the aesthetics of it, so I just decided to glue all of them. And these are from the washi tape shop. And I have a cherry blossom tree. So we didn't go for cherry blossom season because we do have cherry blossom season here too. And I mean, I love cherry blossoms, but it's not something that I feel super inclined to go and see, or the only reason. But there were a few trees that were still blossomed, so I took a picture of that. And after that, we walked to Tokyo Station. So this is the all, like, I think, historical building. So we took some pictures, and we went to the Travelers Factory Tokyo Station, which was a little bit difficult to find. It took us a few trials and errors to get there. And I got quite a lot of things from there, but not as much as I was hoping. For example, the Traveler's Notebook was sold out, the one with the train. However, I knew that I wanted this one better, but anyway, it was sold out. So there were quite a few things sold out when I went, but it was so lovely to see everything in person and see everyone just using their notebooks and stamping everything. And after that, we went to Ginza and Shibuya. I think we had dinner in Ginza, and then we just went to Shibuya because we wanted to see the Shibuya crossing, and we had heard that Shibuya is very lively. There's a lot of things happening there, so we wanted to see how that was. And we went to Loft, and we had I always forget, this is not ramen, but this is the one that you have the soup and then you dip the noodles, and it was delicious. And they give you some like recommendation or tips. So add this ingredient when you have half of the dish, or add this ingredient when you've eaten like a quarter of it, and it changes the taste. And it was delicious. I loved it. This sticker again is from the washi tape shop, and these are some stickers that I got at Loft. Then next day we went to Disney Sea. So this was my first time in any of the Disney parks, and I really love theme parks, especially because I love rides. But I don't think Disney, or at least Disney Sea, is not for the I don't know, adrenaline of riding, because the rides are very, I'll say, just kind of very soft. However, I think it's for the visuals, and it's for the I don't know, the robotics and the visuals, no, how do you call that? Just the aesthetics of the park, basically. But it was full. I think we got there at 8 a.m. and the park opened at 9. The line was insane. So I heard that some people even sleep there. That was insane. But anyway, there's a volcano when you go into the resort, so that was kind of fun to see. And so I mysteriously lost my Labubu when I was there on my first day, and one of my friends, one of my besties, she had told me that the thing that she regretted the most when she went to Japan is visiting Disney and not Disney Sea, because Disney Sea is specific to Tokyo. And in there you can get the Duffy and Friends kind of merchandise. So I knew that I wanted to get for her Lina Bell because it was her favorite and she couldn't get it. So I got one for her, and I thought it was so cute, and everyone was kind of dressed like them, like the characters, because it was maybe the 20th anniversary. So I ended up getting one for myself, which I still use, which is so cute. And the lady there was so kind, because I saw like some people were approaching the staff, like the cleaners and the people at the restaurants, and they were asking for stickers. So I guess there's something going on there that I'm not really familiar with. But yeah, people were like, oh, do you have these stickers? And they gave them like kind of these 20 Duffy and Friends stickers. But the lady at the counter just gave them to me, which she was so kind. So she gave me this one and a couple of the Mickey ones, which was kind of cute. And I found a map. So Disney Sea is kind of European vibe, which I thought it was hilarious. And I didn't know what to expect because I didn't want to research anything. But yeah, they reminded me of like small Italian or Mediterranean towns, which I don't know, it was also welcome. But yeah, and they have these kind of medieval maps, which was, it was very nice. So I just cut it and just put the piece here, and it says this map of Disney. And they had some, actually I have to say the food was quite good. I was not expecting, I don't really trust like theme park food, but Disney was very good. And the lines were also insanity. Like I think we waited for 40 to 50 minutes to have lunch. But anyway, it was very nice. And then yeah, like the windows and everything reminded me a little bit of the Mediterranean. So we just took some pictures and we left a little bit early. I think we left around 4 p.m. because we just, the lines were really long, so we bought some fast pass. But after buying 2 of the fast pass and just trying the rides, we were a bit disappointed. So we just decided to walk and do some shopping at the park and then just leave. And we went to Tokyo Tower, which became one of my favorite things in Tokyo. I love red, and there's a lot of red accents around the city, and the Tokyo Tower is just beautiful. And we sat a little bit we sat at the park next to the Tokyo Tower, and we bought a lot of snacks from the convenience store because we wanted to try and see the difference between Korean convenience stores and Japanese convenience stores. I have to say, I think Japanese are a little bit better. At least the sweets were great. They were so delicious. And we just sat there, and it started to rain. So we went to eat some truffle ramen, which was great. And you couldn't take pictures really, and you couldn't talk that much, so we just enjoyed a little bit of silence there. So the next day we woke up early because it was a day that we wanted to do lots of things. We had some brunch, it looks like a brunch, but it was just breakfast, and it was French toast with bacon and eggs, very much like Western breakfast style. And it was next to our hotel, and we decided to go to Ueno Park. I wanted to try to go to the museum, the Western Museum, but the line was very, very long, so I prefer to do other things rather. And when I go back to Tokyo, I would like to do a museum tour if I have more time. So that day we just decided not to go to the museum, and we had more coffee at the park. There's a lot of Starbucks around the park, and I liked it, but I wanted to see more. So for this trip, we didn't really plan. I'm not a planner, and I actually hate planning for trips. I know that some people love like searching and looking and let's go here and let's eat here. I hate it. I don't like it. It stresses me out. So my partner is much more inclined to do that, but he's much more inclined to do it when we are traveling around Korea. When it's international travel, he's also much more relaxed than I am, or than he usually is. So we just found out like, oh, the Netsu Shrine is quite close, so we can just walk. So we walked from Ueno Park to the Netsu Shrine, and just took lovely pictures. We went there pretty early in the morning, so there were not that many people. We woke up very, very early this day because it was a little bit packed. And I really, really loved the experience of being there. And yeah, we tried to be as respectful and not spend a lot of times, because there's a shrine there and there were a lot of people that went to the temple. So we just went there and took pictures and sat for a little bit to rest. And then we went to Nakameguro. So we have to cross almost the whole city. And first we went to the Travelers Factory. So the Travelers Factory has an odd schedule. I think they open at 12. So we had to line up a little bit, and I really liked it. Again, I think I went in during a time that there were a lot of things sold out, and I wanted to get more things, but you know, it is what it is. And I really liked it. Like, there were not that many people, and the staff at the Travelers Factory were the flagship store were so kind. As I explained before, I really wanted to get the Travelers Factory mug, but it was sold out when I asked Tokyo Station. And then when I asked here again, they told me, oh, actually it's sold out, but I'm going to call to see where it is. And she told me, okay, there's only one left, and it's at Narita Airport. Do you really want it? And I said yes. So she booked it for me, or set it aside for me. And I don't know, she was so kind that I was really moved by it. So I really enjoyed my visit there. And I just put the business card. And after that, I don't have pictures of that, but we had the most amazing lunch. We just found this random place at Nakameguro, which they sell hamburg steak, which is like, I don't know how to call it, like a steak, like hamburger style steak. And the menu with salad and the hamburg steak, I think we had one is called like Fuji steak or something like that. It was so good, like so good. I still think about the salad. And I am not someone that really likes raw veggies, because it had carrots and stuff like that, and I don't actually like carrots at all. But oh my god, it was so good. I still think about it. And we were so hungry that I didn't even take a picture, but it was the best. And actually my partner said, okay, if we come back to Tokyo, we need to go there again. It was that good. It was so good. And after that, we walked, because I really like Nakameguro. I think the vibe, it was so quiet. And the thing that I really like about Tokyo is outside like big areas like Ginza and Shibuya, there's really low houses, like tiny houses, and that's not something that you can see here. Or also in Barcelona, there's not that common to see like single houses. And in Tokyo, even if it's like city center, there's a lot of them. So I enjoy kind of that vibe. And we walk, there's a stream, so you can walk and then go to Starbucks Reserve. The Starbucks Reserve was full. It was really full, but it's gigantic. There's so many stores. And what we didn't know is that you can actually get different products if you go to the first floor, second floor, or whatever, you can just get different products. And I think the second floor is like Tivana, so it's all about teas. We just went to the first one because we were a little bit overwhelmed about the amount of people, but actually they serve us quite quickly and we could find seats. And I think my partner had a soy milk latte and I had a caramel latte, and actually we did not like them. I think the caramel was very, very fake, so it was too sweet for me, so I gave it to my partner. My partner thought the soy milk was very bland, so I just got that one. But anyway, it is a beautiful store, I have to say. It is very, very nice, and there's terrace and everything, so you can be quite chill. And the pastries were good. The pastries were very yummy. So I got the Tokyo roast. You can choose from different, but we chose the Tokyo. So they gave us the, what is it? It's the cherry blossom. So if you choose, I don't know, let's say Colombia roast, they will give you another type of card. And after that, we went to Ginza. I really want to get some Onitsuka Tigers because I heard that they are extremely comfortable and we could get extra discount because we were traveling. So yeah, the Onitsuka Tiger in Ginza is so small that it's quite overwhelming, and I had researched a little bit about it, and people said that actually the customization of the sneakers is not really worth it because the line is huge, the space is very, very small and very crowded. So I just went ahead and purchased like regular Onitsuka Tigers. I chose pink ones, the pink metallic ones, and I have to say they're the most comfortable sneakers I own. They are so comfortable. Kind of regret not buying more, or at least one more pair, because they are half the price from here. So yeah, I wanted the yellow ones, but I thought a lot of people have the yellow ones and white ones. Everyone was purchasing the white and the red and blue line ones, the stripes, so I just got the pink ones. And the thing, the day before, I was wearing some boots that they really hurt my feet, so I got some Miffy band-aids. And then we went to Ginza. Oh no, we were already in Ginza and we wanted to eat some sushi, so we had some sushi, which was very good. But yeah, we didn't understand what we were eating at all, like what type of fish they were, but it was quite yummy. And after that, we decided to go to what is it called? Izakaya. So actually, my partner and I, we don't drink. I can drink, but it's not something that I love and enjoy, and my partner doesn't like drinking at all. But we decided, okay, let's just go for the vibe. So we went one that actually smoking was allowed. I'm not a smoker, but my partner is, so we chose, there was different floors, and one floor was like for regular smoking and another floor was for vaping, and we went to the vaping one, which was nice, and the mood was very good. And we have these hilarious sausage, like octopus shaped sausages, and we had some highballs because I really didn't want to drink more alcohol than that. And this is from our hotel, so yeah, it's quite tricky if you're a smoker to smoke in Tokyo, so just be aware of that. And then I just collected a few ephemeras. So this was our last night. We did have half of a day of the next day, so we went exploring again around Tokyo Station, and we did some shopping, especially for souvenirs. And then we went to the airport. There's not that many things to eat or to do at the airport, at least where we were, so we just got a lot of sweets at the airport. I have to say, like a lot of like big boxes of sweets, and to just bring to work and bring to our friends. But I didn't really have any pictures of that day because it was more like get things done and less of sightseeing. So I put the Ueno Park map. So this is, I think this is for the cherry blossom. So they just tell you where you can see the cherry blossoms and things like that, and some information about it. So different parts of the park and what it means. So I just wanted to keep this on here. So I just made a little pocket and put a sticker on here. And then this is some of the stationery purchases that I made. So some Japanese stickers, of course my Hobonichi I got the Travelers Factory Airport Edition, and I just put some pictures. Of course, I have a lot of more packaging to put, but I thought it's okay. I don't really need to fill the whole thing. So I do have 1, 2, 3 3 pages that I haven't filled, and I am okay with it. I think I do still have a lot of ephemera that I could put here, especially from packaging. So as we consume some of the sweets and stuff like that, I may put some here and something here. And I am also like finding stuff, random stuff, like in bags and stuff. So, and I also have a map of Disney. See, I already cut some of it, but yeah, this is the map with some of the sweets and stuff. It's more snacks that you can buy. So yeah, and I stamped when I went to the different Travelers Factory stores. And I'm gonna show you, because I didn't bring this one, of course, but I brought my camel one, and I did stamp it. So I do have some stamps here, and I do believe here, yeah. So I stamped the interior of my notebook. I didn't want to stamp the exterior because I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but maybe I could have put something here. But anyway, yes, this I did stamp it, because I was quite glad that I just brought this one, because you can see it better than with other types of leather that they are darker. But I think this one would be very cool to stamped. And that's it. I have just some stickers that I have left from the package, and I also brought this in case I needed a place to just journal. So things that I found about myself while I was journaling. So this is a, let's say, a notebook for memory keeping and ephemera. It's not much writing, it's just very like basic facts of what we did. And I realized that I actually didn't journal this way at all when I was traveling, and I don't think I like it. Like, I don't think I like to do this while traveling, because I really did enjoy sitting down and just collecting everything and gluing everything. So I realized that I don't need to bring my printer, my photo printer. I don't need to bring stickers. I don't need to really bring pens or anything like that, because this is something that I will do later on. But one thing that I did is every day I did journal. So as the days went, I just have all my impressions about the day. And this is what I realized I like. Having a blank notebook. It could be even like my regular journal, but as you know, all my journals right now are dated. So this is something that's why I also been thinking about changing my system, because I do think that for me what works is a blank page and just journal to my heart contents, like 3 lines or 4 pages a day. You never know. But anyway, so I just stamp like 6:30, 12:30, 2:30, 3:35, and then I don't know, maybe I just forgot to put more timestamps. And then next day 8 a.m. I journal. So I like to do that. I like to have the time to just come here and journal, and I can do this while we are eating, while we are just waiting for something, subway, train. You know, just take my notebook and write a little bit about what we are doing. So when I come back, I can do this, but I also have the impressions. Like, this is much more of a reflection and impression of what I'm seeing and how I am feeling about it. And this one is just, I'm going to collect everything that I accumulated during this trip, and I'm going to make it pretty. So I have a visual reminder of what we did during this trip. And you know, it's lovely to look back at this insert and see how much I loved and enjoyed my time. But how I felt and the things that I discovered is much more just is deeper than just a few pictures, right? So what I realized that for travel journaling, I don't need much. I just need to bring my journal, my real journal. That could be an insert, a notebook, a blank notebook, whatever it is that I'm using for journaling. And then I will have a notebook to collect the things, and when I come home, I'll sit down and just do my travel journaling. Of course, this is because I usually travel when I travel, like city travel. So it's very, very packed. So the schedule is packed. Every day you have to do quite a lot of things. Even though we don't plan that much, of course, you just want to do things. You want to keep active. I don't want to be in my hotel room because, you know, my time is limited. But if I'm traveling back home, I don't know, to Spain. So of course I have a lot of time. So I can just bring my journal with me and just do the memory keeping, the visual memory keeping, while also being a little bit more feeling focused. Of course, so that depends on the type of trip that I am taking. But I do believe that I just want to have a space to write my impressions, to really write how I feel, what I discover, what I learn, what I see and hear. And then when I get home, I can sit down and just do this journaling. And because the writing is minimum, and I do have this to remind me, this is a little bit more of an impression of, oh, yes, we tried the convenience store food for the first time. This was my favorite place so far on our trip, right? It doesn't give you much information, but it's just a visual, kind of a visual journal rather than a let's go in deep and think about how I felt while taking this trip. So that's what I realized, that I don't really need to bring much when I go traveling. And that's also the reason why I've been thinking that just for me to have a traveler's notebook can work the best, because I will have just my regular refill for journaling, just bring that with me, write everything, and don't have it in separate spaces. And then when I come home, I will just open a new travel journal and have a travel, like this one is for my commonplace, so have only one for trips, and just have, I don't know, my Tokyo trip, my, let's say I go to, I have no idea, my Germany trip, whatever it is. And of course, if I don't finish an insert, I can have multiple trips in one. But they do sell the short trips, right? The ones that are less pages and whatnot. So yeah, that's up to you if you want to get just one trip, one journal, or you just want to mix and match the journals, the trips. But anyway, that's what I realized. For me, I don't need to do any visual journaling and aesthetically pleasing journaling while I am abroad, because I can get stressed about it, and I want to take my time to figure out how I want to set things up and how I want to, or which pictures I want to print. And however, I do want to have a record of my impressions, because when you are abroad, you really do experience a lot, right? And I don't want to rely only in my memory, because I traveled to Tokyo on the 14th, but I think I didn't do this until like the 20 something or even like beginning of May. Oh yeah, I think it was like beginning of May when I started this journal. So quite a long time passed, and if I rely on my memory, I don't think I would just get everything right. So that's why I like to have just a blank space to just write words and not really care about decorating anything. And then when I sit down, have time, cup of coffee, a movie, series, whatever it is, podcast, and then go ahead and journal to my heart content. So yeah, that's what I believe I learned about myself. And I know a lot of people have different approach to travel journaling, but for me, this is the best. And I think it's also the best for weight and things like that. If I only bring a notebook and don't bring any ephemera or anything like that, notebook, my pen, and that's it, I think that is better than just making a whole package for me, especially because of course I don't sketch and I don't draw, but if you do draw and sketch, that looks different. You will need to bring your art materials with you, since it's not the case for me. Or if you don't want to bring them, you can also just take the pictures and then just draw at home, right? It just kind of depends on how are you going to approach your trip. Or like, are you going to have a lot of downtime? Are you going to be super busy? But I really do like to take things in when I'm traveling and be also present with the people that I'm traveling with, and not just like be in my notebook and just writing all the time. So I think this is what works best for me right now. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would like to know how you guys approach travel journaling, because I know a lot of people have a lot of different ideas and they've learned what works best for them. So please let me know, and I'll see you soon. Bye.